So I applied for that job. And when I applied for the job, they gave me a protocol officer position, because there was this guy, I didn't know then when I was doing the interview, there was this guy that knows Mayegun and knew me when I was in Unilag, and he was telling the senior manager admin that this guy is brilliant. What is he doing here? This one driver. I don't know. He told him a little about me. So the admin man took me aside and finished with the rest. Then they now put me in the protocol. So from there, I went to head protocol straight. So I didn't know why.
You went to where?
I went to head protocol, the protocol unit.
Okay.
So I didn't know what happened until later when I got to know this was what happened. So then I remember they gave me, because I was attacked during, there was a time we went to pick Madame at the airport around 2 a.m. and I was attacked when I was going because I had no vehicle, nothing. So when I got to my area, I was stabbed in the armpit and it was beginning to smell. So there was a time when I was trying to treat it, but I didn't have enough money. And the MD was like, what is smelling? What's that nasty smell? And they said it was me. She asked me what happened. I told them, said, okay, going forward, give him a place at Bodilon Drive, give him a car to drive. You know, she made everything easy for me. And I mean, that was the beginning of a good time. So I was now mixing, I was a low-level class staff, mixing with the high-level class one, because they were all staying in that guest house, all my guys, AGM, GM, and so on and so forth. So she likes to come down there. And when she comes down, I like to show her off. I mean, she's a senior banking official, and then I'm dating her. So I like to feel this is the only way I could feel belong among them. That okay, fine. But I noticed she was even worse than I was, because she was like, what is your problem? Why are you feeling to stand up? You can speak very well. You look nice. What's your? And I noticed this wasn't working well. And me, I'm outspoken. I'm not a violent person. I will say it. This is a national TV or broadcasting, whatever. I will say it. If there's a lady in this world that I have ever raised my hand on, she should come out, sue me, and put me in jail. I can say proudly, I have never raised my hand against a lady before in my life. Even my kids, my daughters, I don't raise my hand to beat them. I can beat my chest on that. So that's that. I'm proud of that. So when I felt like, you're even bringing me down, I called. I was driving out because I had a nice car, and they made sure of that. So I was going and say, look, I don't like the way you. I said maybe we need to give ourselves some space. She said, why? I said, because the way you behave.
That was before you had Jadesola.
Before we had Jadesola, she wasn't pregnant then. But I made a mistake. That is why it's not good to tell ladies some secrets. I told her one thing about us in my household. When a lady gets pregnant for us, even if she's handicapped, even if she's blind, you marry her. That is my father's stand. I have said that long ago. I told her that when we were just starting. Maybe it was because I was in love then. I shouldn't have said that. So when we're going, I told her, maybe we need to give ourselves some space. This is strictly not going to work. Honestly, I told her that. We were on 3rd Milan Bridge. He said, what happened? I explained to her. You're always looking to me. What's scaring you when you're with people? These people are not bigger than you. If I can stand there and look them in the face, what's your own? So I dropped her at her auntie's place at Faster. And I came back. And that was that. I came back and said, look, I'm over with that. For some months, she didn't call. I was very happy. I moved on with my life. So obviously, maybe she had discussed that with one of her friends. This is where the problem starts from. And she thought she was smart. She came back one night, and she wanted to jump the fence of the guest house. We had a security guard then called Martins. He was our security. She was beaten by the rain for close to 3 hours outside. I told Martins, don't open the gate for her. She is a sex freak, and I will tell you, I will prove it to you now. At the end of the day, Martins came back to me and told me, okay, let her come now. It was that night that she got pregnant. Then she left again for another.
That's the night you did.
That was in, yes.
The night you did virgin there.
No, that was not the. She has.
Are you the one that is virgin?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I acknowledge that.
Okay. All right.
So she left.
You know why I asked that? I'm just wondering where that allegation of sex freak came up.
It will,
Because
I will bring it.
you
You will
are
see it.
first.
You will see it. Don't worry, no problem. I will be brief. I told you I will be brief. I will not speak so long, but you will see where it comes from. So, Martin came to me, and she left for about a month or so, maybe 2 months. Then she called. Immediately she called me. Immediately I saw her call, I wasn't happy because I didn't want to hear from her. I thought she had left. So the first thing I told her was, look, I'm already engaged. I'm getting married to someone else. Then the next thing that came back from my mouth was like, I'm pregnant. And that was where my problem started from. She called. After that,
She was actually pregnant.
she was actually pregnant. She was ovulating probably, because I don't know, when she came that night. And that was what she came to do, and she left. Thinking, maybe if somebody to get pregnant in your house, that person cannot go, you must marry that person. So anyway, I started. I now went to...
I'm a bit confused there. Because before then, the two of you already met.
We have met. We have been meeting for a long time. That was why I told you.
So, repetition came in later, right? You repeated it.
Yes.
Again later.
Once. And that once turned into pregnancy. What has not turned into pregnancy for...
Well, nobody, is it by our own making?
No, I'm not saying
okay.
it's by our own making.
Right.
I'm just saying that all of a sudden that particular once turned into... And I don't mind. So I made another stupid mistake. Because I had a pure heart. I see no reason why. So I went to her parents when she was pregnant. Contrary to what she said that I was denying, because I was looking at when she later said, okay, I did not deny. I actually went to her parents. And that was another mistake. As a matter of fact, that was my biggest mistake. And told them that, okay, I'm responsible for this pregnancy.
How is that a mistake?
You get to find out.
But that's your child, right?
Yes, it's my child. It wasn't...
It was a mistake in acknowledging that child is yours.
You will say the mistake.
Okay.
I said, this child she's carrying, I'm responsible for it too. But since I don't love her anymore, I'm not going to marry her. That was the mistake.
Where is the mistake then?
The mistake where I said, I'm not going to marry her. I will take care of the child, I will take care of her, but I'm not going to marry her.
Okay.
So later on when I told somebody that was older, because it was a very big problem for me. Because the mother was like, so you came here to insult me to my face. You said you got my daughter pregnant and you're not going to marry her. Okay, fine. Let's see now. So later on when I was having issues, because I don't believe anybody here in this courtroom will believe fetish things. I can't tell you that I saw somebody sitting on my head from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. every morning, every night. And I see the person's face and you are telling me I don't know who the person is. You know? So I started having issues. So I went to someone that was older than me and said, this is what is going on. I said, okay, what did you do to the woman? I said, I didn't do anything now. Fine, I got her daughter pregnant. And I told them that I will be taking care of her. And I've been taking care of the daughter. And when she gives birth, I will take care of the child. So you got somebody's daughter. If it's you, and they got your daughter pregnant, and they came to tell you your house, that they got your daughter pregnant, I will not marry her, would you be laughing? That was when I knew I made a mistake. But after that, things started happening. For example, she said she has been supportive. She took one of my friends, I said I was a chief protocol officer, and Madam had a lot of influential people coming and going. That was why I met a lot of influential people. And she got hold of my phone, and a lot of these influential people became my influential enemies. They don't want to hear me call again. That was why I said I will let you know why all my brothers blocked her. None of them now. If you go to her Facebook account, they've all blocked her. She used that to start sending all sorts of... It was on this same account that she sent that she started telling my friends that I have died. They were upset. Why would they not call me? Why would they be saying this kind of thing? So I have to go and block that account because she was using my account to send these messages. Let's rewind a little bit to her boss that she said she called me. One day the boss called me, and I went to go and meet her. And she said, this is why I can never stay with her in the same room. I have never touched her. But there's no way in this world or the next to come that I can stay with her or have anything to do with her. I will tell you why. When her boss saw me, her boss said, but you don't look like the kind of person. You don't look like a rapist. I said, me. We can call her now and confirm it. Because we still talk. We still converse. I said, me. Why would I do a thing like that? I can snap my finger and get a girlfriend. Why would I go and rape? Besides, she says, who gave it? Where did you come about that? And she told me that she was a virgin and you raped her, you disvirgined her through rape. I say, me. She was downstairs. Even if you don't call her openly now, I will still give you her number. You call and confirm. At least you can confirm. I know whether I'm speaking the truth. She now sent someone. She now took her intercom and called her up. She said, I should sit down. I want to see who is lying. So she called her and she came. When she came, she sat down and she said, repeat what you said. What did you say happened to you that this man did to you? She was looking. She didn't say anything. She now said it that no, I was the one that said it. When did I rape you? You will be jumping over the fence to come and have sex. Somebody will now be raping you. I now take my phone. I now called Martins. You will confirm Martins, the issue of Martins with her. Because I called. I now called Martins. I now put it on speaker. I say, Martins, how far? I get one of my friends there where I tell her about that girl where they come, they meet me for down where they work for bank. He said, okay, that Ashi. That was the first thing he said. I said, hey, why you call her Ashi? I said, oh God, that one, he liked that thing well.
He said it. This was before you had... Before the twins.
I just want to...
You already had a child then?
Oh, of course.
You already had a child. So when you were married then?
No, we're not yet married.
You already had Jadesola?
We already had Jadesola.
Okay.
So he now told... So immediately, Martin said that on the speaker, she had it herself. I was now looking at the woman. Okay. So she did not say anything throughout. Her boss now said, okay, you can go back. I will give you the number of her boss so you can confirm directly from her whether it is true. If she wants to be honest, she will confirm it. That was how she left. So when she left, I now told her boss that, okay, now it was her mother's issue I was still having. You are going about telling people that I raped you and disvirgined you. You got pregnant and now go and tell your parents. After raping her, she got pregnant and now telling her parents I will not marry her again. If the person have witchcraft, will he not use it against me? Even if it's more than... And she will tell all her friends. If you can tell her boss, she will tell everybody. That was when I got pregnant. This woman can actually kill me. Because I know that it's a lie. Even if it's true. Told them, what you doing for me, do you know I will marry you? Spreading that kind of thing will destroy me. You can go to the police, fine. Police is okay. But do you know the kind of person you are telling that kind of information to? And it's a lie. That was when I decided in my mind that I wasn't going to have anything to do with her. But I was going to take care of that child. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Now, let me go to the hospital quickly. Let me just briefly go to the hospital.
We're talking about the twins now.
Yes. When the twins got... As I'm remembering, I'll just touch it one by one. She and her mom...
How many years after you had Jadesola?
I think...
You can come in. You should know. The gap.
It was 3 years after Jadesola that he came begging.
All right then. Okay.
So we did the introduction.
So and is that third year that you conceived?
Fourth year I gave birth to the...
You conceived that year?
Okay.
All right then.
Of course she knew that I'm not the father. When I was at the hospital, when I met the doctor, the second time they went there, after they have had the child, after 3 days of having the child, they now called me that your wife has given birth. I went there. I was the one that paid the bill. And when I was paying the bill, I was upset. I decided to do something. Because the first time she said she gave birth to Jadesola, they charged me 150,000. I was now like, I know private hospital. I follow my friends around now. Even private don't charge 150 as of 2009. General now charge. I will look into it. I didn't say anything that time. I paid 128 that time through my nose, and they collected this. When I now asked them for the receipt, okay, give me the receipt for the 128 I gave. They now started giving me receipt of when she was, all the times she was going to antenatal. This is not the receipt I asked you for. Give me the receipt of 120,000. That was why I decided to investigate the second one.
The defendant, Ayola Akinriola, denied some of the allegations levied by his wife. He claims that his wife inflated hospital bills for child delivery and extorted him through those payments. Ayola alleges that his wife's moving from hospital after the birth of the twins back to her parents' house without his consent is an insult to his person. He also disputes the paternity of the twins.
I paid for the bill for the twins. So I now went to a nurse. I said, please, madam, if a lady, if you give birth here, what is the normal charge? She said it's 20,000, but if it's cesarean, it's 25. Say, but because
Incubator.
we have not added it. We are talking about actual
delivery.
Delivery.
Okay. That's CS.
Yes. And this particular day, the money I gave to them at once, she's here, was 120 cash.
Now I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Because it needs clarification. And if that day you were paying, were you told that that's just for the cesarean or includes the period that the children were in the incubator up till the point in time when you were making payment?
They told me it was just for the delivery. It was the amount you told me, the 20,000 naira.
No, I'm talking about the total sum that you paid.
I gave, because see, when I got there, they told me this time, I think what they told me was about 200,000 naira, whatever. I don't know that.
Okay.
But I gave them cash.
Only for the delivery only?
Yes.
Out of everything?
Yes, I gave them 120.
So you paid out of the bill?
No. I paid the full bill. The delivery alone.
Calm down. And listen.
So I gave it to you. Your mother was sitting with you.
Dying. I was dying.
I was coming back to that.
No, just a minute.
Okay,
so it's not you that made the payment?
No, after giving her the money, she was now telling me that this is not everything. That the delivery is not yet complete. And that they are still going to pay for this, they are still going to pay for that. So I became upset. And I remember the last time that they scammed me, she and her mother. So I decided to investigate. If she had collected the money and had not told me that, we will still have to make payment for this and that, I probably would have just kept quiet. But she told me there are still some things they were going to make payment for. And this time around, I wanted to be sure. So I gave her the money. She didn't know I was going to investigate, so I went. Unfortunately, the nurses there, because I embarrassed her and her mother, she said she was recovering, she was dying. She wasn't dying because she insulted me that day. Somebody that is dying, that is still shouting and insulting somebody. So I went and inquired. I made inquiry outside at the reception where those nurses were. Then I came back where she was. And I told her, you told me so amount. The time of that, this was what she said. So she said, I'm shouting on her mother, that I'm talking down on her mother. I said, if your mother could be stealing, I should be able to talk down on her now. I mean, so that was what happened then. So I gave them the cash, like I always do, and they collect. See, most of the time now, normally I'm supposed to come out here now and say, this is my statement. And then we check and that was why she told, she first said, perfect liar, that I don't give anything. I only give 2,000, 3,000. But I now reminded her, I say, go to court. I go and print my statement from 2009.
You have it here?
I didn't bring it. All these things I will get. It's not yet time for me to get it. I will get, because I still believe it's a win-win situation for me anyway. You
know what? You see, courts operate with evidence.
I know. I have some.
So it's not just about what you say. Because the minute you said now, I eagerly asked you, you have something to put.
I have something.
And the minute you
I
said
have something, but I have not
push it aside. Okay.
Not gotten to this. So that was when she now changed her mind now. That she now said that, okay, once in a while he brings stuff. Before she would tell me I don't do anything at all. That's what she tells people. But because I reminded her and she knows that is truly an evidence, she changed her mind. So she from the hospital, and I told her, what are the plans? She said that she cannot, that she needs care. That she's SSC, this and that. I said, look, if you need care, come to the house. Whoever is going to take care of you will come and take care of these kids in the house with you. I have never had in my life where somebody will give birth and from the hospital will move straight to her parents' house. I said, I have never had that. And I said, if you move from this place to your parents' house, I will not come and see you. I don't know. It means you are married to your parents. And I left because I was upset about the money issue, what I found out.
That's why you reacted that way.
Yes. So I left, I went home, thinking she would come. Later on, I found out she has left the hospital. She went to her father's house. I didn't see anything.
That same day?
No, not that same day.
Which day?
Not that same day.
When did she leave the hospital?
I think the following week or so.
Following week, did you check her in between the week?
No, I did not. I did not check her. I did not check her because I was waiting for. My mother was always there 24/7, so I was waiting for her to come back home. Now, my mother was always there, and I don't get along well with the mom. But for the sake of the kids, I was willing to make an exception. So I told her, "Come, bring the children home." I was confident. I have never raised any hand at you. So this one that says I beat her, it's her against her own word. So I went, and later on I found out. No. It wasn't following week. It was the third day she went home. It was the third day she went home. The same nurse that told me that they paid 40,000 naira because he said if it's one person, delivery for one person is 20,000. But since they were two, it's supposed to be 25,000 per person now. Normal delivery is 20,000. Cesarean is 25,000 per person. But because they were two, they collected 40,000 for the cesarean for the two.
Okay.
Not inclusive of the days they will spend there after the operation. Okay. That was when I found out she had left. I didn't see anything. 3 months later, 3 months and some days later, her father called me. I remember very, very well. I'm sure he would not deny that one. He called me himself. And he said, but, you surprised me. Oh. I said, I'm sorry, sir. What happened? What did I do? He said, all these months. He said, one month, 2 months, 3 months. Your children are here. And you do not even bother to come and check your children. Allow him to speak because he's an elderly man. I don't want to be disrespectful. I said, Daddy, have you finished? Yes. I said, please, if you were not an older man, the way I would have answered you would have been different because I was really upset. You have a son, and he's married, he has kids. I said, sir, did your son go to his in-laws' place to go and visit his children and wife? That was the exact question I asked the man, and he will confirm it. That was his question, and he kept quiet. He said it was your wife that called me and asked me whether she could bring the children here to, she needs care, proper care, and all those stuff. And I said, thank you, sir, for the feedback. I said, but for me, if my wife, my child, my daughter, should bring her children after putting to bed to my house, I said, I will say you should wait, sit down with children. I'll pick up my phone, I will call her husband. My friend, your wife is coming to my house. What is she coming to do in my house? She's coming to look for care. Then you should have told me, this is not a daycare. That was what I was telling the man, her father. That's exactly what I told him. I said, even if my wife is bringing my children to you should have at least, my friend, what is going on now? I'm the one that will beg you that day, Joe. Come on, let this lady come with the children. They need care. I'm the one that should beg you. He said, okay. I'm sorry about that. You have a point there. But what do we do about it? I said, we don't do anything. Please, sir, don't call my line again. Yes, I told him that. With all due respect. I added that one. With all due respect. Don't call my line again. This is an insult on my person. I didn't ask her to come there. I asked her to come to the house. Anybody that wants to come and say, the man called you. And that was that. I didn't say anything.
This matter is unfolding as Judge Funmi continues the cross-examination in the next episode.
If your baby daddy is denying paternity of the child to avoid upkeep, or you suspect misattributed paternity situations, submit your case online at www.thejusticescourt.com for a prompt resolution of the matter.
Comic Republic is a Nigerian startup where we tell African stories. We push the African narrative forward through a traditional art form that is popular all around the world, which is comic books.
We kind of write stories that everybody can find a bit of themselves somewhere in there. When you read our books, You will always be able to find one book that you are able to connect with, even if you are not an African. It's not just for Africans alone, but it's the African narrative. That's really what we do.
We take the process of telling our stories, making our comic books engaging. We do it professionally and we take it as a business. We're growing bigger every day.
We try to make sure that all of our comics, all of our content has a positive message underlying them, even apart from all the action, all the punching, and all the superheroics.
Right now we have close to 48,000 downloads per comic book. We get between 5,000 to 7,000 unique visitors every week. Nigerians have been really excited to see people in Nigeria creating heroes from Nigerians, telling Nigerians that we can be everything we need to be if we only try. The comic business actually has a wide range.
One of the major things that actually helps us to move forward here is the fact that we are more than just a team, we are a family. And family is everything. We understand ourselves, we know what we're meant to do when we're meant to do, and we get them done.
The first and foremost vision for Comic Republic is to take control of the African narrative. Who are the biggest superheroes you know today? You're looking at Spider-Man, Captain America, and Superman. If you look at the colors of their uniform, they're all the colors of the American flag. If you look at where those people come from, they come from America. This is a way that a country has from generation to generation, programmed their people to believe that they are strong and they are efficient. We want to do the same with Comic Republic. That's what we want to do at Comic Republic. That's our vision. And until we're number one at that in the world, we're not going to stop.
It for upcoming artists to blow in Nigeria.
Welcome to Plus Trending. I am Bookie November, your host, saying thank you for joining us on today's episode.
Welcome back. It's tea time on Plus TV Africa.
Practice makes perfect. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
He's a king. He's entitled to marry 100 if he wants to.
Good afternoon, I am Sade Uwe, and this is News Update. The Supreme Court has dismissed an application by Emeka Ihedioha of the People's Democratic Party seeking to remove Hope Uzodinma from office as Imo State Governor. Reading the lead judgment on Tuesday, Justice Tijani Abubakar held that the application lacked merit, was frivolous and vexatious. He said the court lacked jurisdiction to determine the matter, adding that the 60 days stipulated to hear the election matter had since elapsed. Abubakar subsequently fined counsel for the PDP, Mike Ozekume, SAN 40 million naira for bringing the matter before the court. Details later. Terrorists have killed one person and abducted 8 passengers returning from an installation ceremony in Bogu local government area of Niger State. The installation ceremony the victims attended was that of the chairman of Bogu Kingmakers and chief priest Bakara Bunde. The chairman of Bogu local government area, Alhaji Suleiman Yerima, while confirming the incident, stated that the terrorists had contacted him asking for a ransom of 17 million naira to secure the release of the abductees. The People's Democratic Party's presidential candidate in the last election, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, has called on concerned authorities to conduct a thorough investigation into the accidental bombing of locals in the Tundun-Biri community of Kaduna State by the Nigerian Army. The former vice president of Nigeria made the call while expressing his condolences to the families and victims of the drone airstrike that occurred at 9 p.m. on Sunday. The General Officer commanding 1 Division, Nigerian Army, Major V.U. Okoro, via an official statement, has however said that the Nigerian Army was on a routine mission against terrorists, but inadvertently affected members of the community. Osun is set to be positioned as one of the leading states in Nigeria in terms of the economy. Chairman Osun Development Association, Dr. Segun Aino, dropped this hint at a reception held in honor of the leading lights of the state, themed Honor Well Earned. The event, which was held in Lagos, had government functionaries, captains of industries, and the Controller General of the Nigeria Customs Service, Adewale Adeniyi, among others, in attendance. Our correspondent, Paul George, was there.
Notable indigenes of Osun are gathered in this hall. Their agenda is to fraternize and collaborate to ensure development of Osun State, as well as to honor accomplished sons and daughters. Top on the list of the honorees are the immediate past governor of Osun State, Gboyega Oyetola, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taurid Abiodun Lagbaja, and the Comptroller General, Nigeria Customs Service, Adewale Adeniyi. The chairman of the Osun Development Association, Dr. Segun Aino, speaks on the impact of the group towards the development of the state.
It's been a wonderful experience being a member of this organization, and also now had the opportunity since 2017 to be the chairman. And we have seen the relevance, the impact over the years. We work with all governments, given the caliber of people that the Osun State has and the kind of turnaround that we can have in Osun. The world positioning is as one of the leading, if not the number one state in terms of economic development in Nigeria.
One of the icons from the state, former Minister of Foreign Affairs, Professor Bolaji Akinyemi, commends the association for its achievement. He expresses joy for being a part of the organization. In the same vein, the Comptroller General, Nigeria Customs Service, Adewale Adeniyi, while commending the ODA for honoring him, says he is aware of the responsibility of leadership. He promises to continue to uphold the values of the group.
I admire the values of ODA. I admire their vision for Osun State. The transition from the old generation to the young generation assures me that ODA is going to be going places. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to honor you. In honoring you, we are honoring ourselves.
We know about the very heavy responsibility, the great expectations, the burden of leadership. Practically, we carry the aspiration and the hopes of Nigeria. So it's a very, very big responsibility, and I hope that God will with us will be able to discharge this responsibility.
Other honorees are also hopeful that the association can help drive development in the state.
I think that technology is going to be key to unlocking the potential of the state. We all now know that oil is no longer the greatest thing to come out of Nigeria, but actually it's talent. ODA will play a key role in this through our role with the Innovation and Tech Committee. One of the things we've launched recently is the Scribe Initiative, where we're looking to empower 50,000 Osun State indigenes over the next 7 years with digital skills to be able to make impact across the world.
Elated being part of this development organization, it provides a platform to give back to the society and contribute meaningfully to development, especially when you talk of the youths, which segment which I belong to. It's an opportunity to encourage them, motivate them, and groom the leaders of tomorrow with a view to developing and building a better and bigger society in Nigeria that we all look forward to.
The Osun Development Association, ODA, is an assembly of non-partisan Osun State elders, thought leaders, technocrats, and professionals. Paul George, Plus TV News.
Now moving on to other parts of Africa. A court on Monday sentenced former Mauritanian President Mohamed Abdelaziz to 5 years imprisonment for abusing his power to amass a fortune. Mr. Aziz had been on trial since January 25, along with 10 other personalities, including 2 former prime ministers, on charges of illicit enrichment, abuse of office, influence peddling, and money laundering. After several days of deliberation behind closed doors, the court found against him only illicit enrichment and money laundering. Mr. Aziz, 66, becomes one of the few former heads of state in Africa to be convicted of illicit enrichment while in power. The death toll from landslides and flooding triggered by heavy rainfall in northern Tanzania climbed to 68 on Monday as rescue workers searched for trapped survivors. Torrential downpours at the weekend washed away vehicles and brought down buildings in the hillside town of Katesh, 300 kilometers north of the capital, Dodoma. Images broadcast on television showed debris from houses, including furniture strewn across streets, with key roads, power lines, and communication networks disrupted. Tanzania's Prime Minister, Kassim Majaliwa, on Monday paid tribute to the victims during a ceremony in Katesh to hand over their remains to their families. And from outside Africa, Israel ramps up attacks across the Gaza Strip, including near hospitals and in the south of besieged enclave, where ground operation is intensifying. The Palestinian Red Crescent says it lost contact with its team after telecommunication services cut off in Gaza amid Israeli bombings. At least 15,000 Palestinians have been killed in Gaza since October 7th. In Israel, the official death toll stands at about 1,200. And in business, huge crowd besieged banking halls as customers moved to link their bank verification numbers and national identity numbers to their bank accounts. This followed the new directive of the banking regulator to the banks on Friday to bar customers who were yet to link their BVN and NIN from having access to their accounts. The deadline for the link of BVN and NIN to every citizen's account is slated for March 1st, 2024, after which all funded accounts or wallets shall be placed on post-no debit or credit, and no further transactions permitted on said accounts. And in entertainment, Nigerian comedian Duchi Oje has announced that he has finally been granted access to his kids. We recall that Duchi recently called out the parents of his estranged wife, Ruki, for allegedly denying him access to his kids. He alleged that his ex-parents-in-law were demanding money from him before they could grant him access to the children. The comic actor wrote via his Instagram page, saying, "I have been granted full access to my kids. We are better in all things. Thank you, everyone, the good, the bad, and the ugly." And in sports, Erling Haaland could face the English Football Association sanctions after his reaction to a controversial refereeing decision during Manchester City's 3-3 home Premier League draw with Tottenham on Sunday. The prolific striker vented frustration on social media after the referee halted play as teammate Jack Grealish raced towards goal later. Haaland had been fouled earlier but regained possession to tee up Grealish before the whistle. Haaland was booked by the official for dissent on the pitch after he raged following Hooper's failure to play advantage after a foul on him by Emerson Royal, with Jack Grealish bearing down on goal in added time. And that's the news update. For more stories, please follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel at Plus TV Africa and Plus TV Africa Lifestyle. You can also view us from Limex on limex.tv and Glow TV apps anywhere in the world. I am Shade Uwe. Many thanks for watching.
Shiloh is a mountain of taking delivery of our hanging inheritance. There are things about your life and my life that will never have an answer except at Shiloh.
I want to return the glory to God of this commission.
After Shiloh in December, I got pregnant for the first time in my marriage.
He has prepared a table of fat things for us at Shiloh. This Shiloh shall be your Shiloh in every sense of the word.
An African girl somewhere is sitting at home, accompanied by dreams that seem so far away. Africa is one of the continents with the highest out-of-school percentage in education, and girls are at an early disadvantage. The sub-Saharan Africa records about 18 million out-of-school girls. This gender gap extends to the tech space with a projection of only a 33% global female workforce representation in tech firms for 2022. Let us help change the stories and numbers. Africa Agility's Project Train a Girl campaign is working to help train African girls in tech. You can donate as little as $2 or 2,000 naira to help a girl in tech get her heels in the door. Visit www.africaagility.rallyup.com/PTAG to donate.
This is it for upcoming artists to blow in Nigeria.
Welcome to Plus Trending. I am Bookie November, your host, saying thank you for joining us on today's episode.
Welcome back. It's tea time on Plus TV Africa.
Practice makes perfect. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
He's a king. He's entitled to marry 100 if he wants to.
Nigeria is witnessing an increase in entrepreneurs, startup companies, and small and micro-scale businesses. Economists say one of the major reasons for this is a problem that has plagued the country: unemployment. Many Nigerians spend several years at home jobless before securing their first jobs or settling for other options. The National Bureau of Statistics puts the country's unemployment rate at 33.3%, the highest on record. Rather than sit at home and complain, more young people are becoming innovative and turning their hobbies into businesses. Olayanwaju sold clothes in his undergraduate days to make extra income. He now does the same thing, but this time around to make a living.
It came as a motivation for me since my university period, because I actually went into selling of NYSC kits, selling all these basic minor clothes. Then after a while, after going to service, it occurred to me that the kind of set of people I roll with, this is what is going on in town. This is the fashion store, this is the brand. And I've been known as Roger Wears. So why is Roger Wears still selling this? Why can't he just move up from this business into the main industry?
Samuel Joy learned to cut hair during her days of unemployment. It's now what she does for a living.
Actually, it hasn't really been easy though, but a lot of challenges ahead of it, and some I've faced though, and it's cool. But I love it being, I was once a tomboy. That's when I learned barbing. And ever since then, I think I've been able to convince people to believe my skills.
Unemployment and poverty also forced Willie to be a barber on the streets of highbrow Victoria Island in Lagos.
When I was growing up, my father actually wanted me to do something good. He wanted me to go to school, wanted me to have a good grades in school. Well, you know the system in the country. When after the school stage, you come back, you graduate from school, you still don't have good jobs out there.
On the flip side, unemployment has led to the stagnation of some individuals who find it tough to adapt because of their specializations. Wale Scott, a professional sports broadcaster, lost his job at the peak of his career. His unemployment journey lasted about 7 years. Moving on and getting another job was more difficult than he had imagined it would be.
A Wale Scott with all that talent doesn't have a job. But I realized that every office I went to, when I picked myself up, when I get there, the guys who are in my department there are like, I beg, I space no day. Because they have job security problems. As in, if this guy comes, he's going to take our job. That was my major reason why I didn't get a job that early. Everybody felt like, it's good. If he comes, he's going to take our job and all that. So I didn't get a job for a long time.
All this doesn't mean there aren't people who still get white-collar jobs. But what factors make some people employable and others unemployable?
As a job seeker, you need to position yourself to get that fresh information. The longer a job opening is out there, the reduced or the more reduced your chances as a job seeker to get shortlisted. So that's the first thing first is the information and the network. Then the next step is actually your own preparedness, which is your documents, your marketing tool, your CV. Anything that will sell you best should come first on your CV or should be prominent on your CV. There are some schools that if you are a graduate of that school, just put it at the bottom of your CV. So if your CV is a 3-pager, let it be maybe like the second to the last item on your CV. There are some schools that you need to put proudly on the first page because those schools are considered to be thorough and rigorous in their processes. So how do you apply? If you're applying to an online portal, fine, you have to upload your CV still. Or you could apply to an email. Usually such vacancies, there's always an email for you to send your email. So when applying, ensure that you're applying properly. And the basic rules are, the subject must be the job title you're applying for. So for instance, if it's an accounting role, the subject should be accountant or accounting opening, something like that.
Everybody's got talent, but are you actually the right talent for that particular role? Then again, what exactly are you prepared? When I mean the right talent, you have the right skills, you have the right qualification, experience. So all this, and also it has to do with your behavioral attributes for the role. So if you have all this, yes, maybe you could actually get qualified for the role. But when you don't have this, it becomes like a misfit for the role. What makes people unemployable is also a determinant of your readiness. Are you available? Are you actually what we want for that role?
At a point in my life, I actually did consider it. And I was back in school. I did consider going into Yahoo Yahoo.
All right, so what changed your mind?
It's something that when I tried to, I felt this adrenaline rush of being scared of being caught, being scared of sitting in jail. It's something that I did try for like a week, not even, it didn't take up to 2 weeks, just a week. And within that week, it's something I understood that, no, this is no way for me. Because, for example, there are a lot of youths that are just like me in the same markets that were into this business. And I've seen a whole lot of them that have bought cars just from this business, that have gotten a house just from this business.
There is no lady that is willing to do something that is illegal. Yeah. It's just due to the, what is it called? The bad economy in our country. Because I see myself as somebody that has really been focused from my childhood. There are some ladies that doesn't have patience in doing some things they do. That's why you see some runs girls around.
Our Nigerian youths won't try because go easy. That's it, kan lọ primary, from primary to secondary. secondary, most of them are university, now graduate. After graduation, on the serve, a year, to be serve. So one serve time, most of them want to send the federal, on serve the federal, and one serve the states. Instead of the country, me one, Sibe, on that one left. So I'm out quickly on a most of them want online business, non she. The about one agency, I want you to not do in business and say.
So I feel a lot of people actually have this mindset of they want to go into legal ways and make it out of legal ways. So one day they can always say, back then I never had it, but today I have it because I set my mind into this market business and not the other shady business, because no one knows tomorrow.
The problem is not the guys from the outside. It's actually from the inside. You don't get any more respect at home anymore. The wifey doesn't respect you anymore. Your mother, your parents don't respect you anymore. And if you are fortunate that you have siblings who actually have jobs during that period, the parents, people around you tend to actually give the respect to those people, and you lose your respect as the elderly one. So the time I felt I lost was the time that I got into drinking, because people at home expect you to come back and they want to talk to you, they want to insult you, and to forget it, to get a deaf ear to the insult. You get to get drunk, get high, just come home and sleep. Whatever they're saying, you can't hear them. And it's a terrible mental state when you can't bring money out to feed your family, you can't bring money out to take care of the house. The worst part is when you go out in the mornings, early in the mornings to go and look for a job and come back in the evening, your neighbors are wondering, where does he go every day, sir? As in, when it's time for them to pay for the woman that sweeps the floor, he can't pay. Time to pay for the rent, he can't pay. So where does he go every morning? But you can't stay at home as a man. But you still go out all day, come back at night, no luck. And then nobody at home is understanding that there's no luck, it happens. They're like, why would you have luck?
Most of my friends are already well made. And probably there are times when they will just call me, what's up? Knowing that I'm this kind of person that likes going to parties. I like going out. What's up, Proja? Come on, let's go out. Let's hang out. But due to the fact that I'm jobless and probably have no cash on me, I will just respectfully decline the offer.
Both the private sector and individual have roles to play as far as employment-related issues are concerned. Take the private sectors, for example. Private sectors, or private sector rather, not sectors. The private sector have, they have to help to drive the public sectors in every area where it is failing. I give you a very good example. In the ongoing pandemic, the government of Nigeria has not been able to take to life any vaccine. Not because there are no researchers, not because there are no research institutes, but there were other factors that go into that space to make it happen. One of it is funding of research. We have to start changing the orientation of people. There is the mentality of quick wealth all around, all over the whole place, which is why a whole lot of young people are involved in Yahoo, in code, and all other things. And when you speak with them, they tell you, oh, it's because there are no jobs. That's why I have to go that way. But in the real sense, there is a due paying process period when people are supposed to commit to a job or a role or a work or a vocation and learn the ropes, become experts.
Everybody has a skill. Yeah. But it's just sacrificing the time and creating the time in making that thing grow in you.
When we talk about vocational trainings, right, I've come, just like you said, not like white collar jobs is not for everyone. I mean, we've come to realize that. At the moment at Jobberman, we are in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation. We are upskilling about 5 million. Well, the mandate is 5 million young Nigerians over 5 years, right? And place 3 million of them in work. And of the 3 million of them that we're upskilling, some of the things that have come up is the importance of gig work, the importance of internship. So it's not just having a full-time employment, but having dignified employment, right? and blue-collar jobs also fall under dignified employment. However, because of the country that we're in, a lot of blue-collar jobs are not regarded as dignified, right? So you go anywhere outside the country, so maybe the developed world, and you have like a plumber, you have like a carpenter, and they are regarded and they are respected, right? However, in Nigeria, you have carpenters, you have plumbers, and most times those professions, although not white collar, are not regarded, right? So what we really would love to do is to make these blue collar jobs dignified. And how do we make them dignified? By teaching these people, or teaching people who are going through vocational trainings, the necessary skills that will make them stand out. So yes, white collar jobs are not the only answer when it comes to employment. Blue collar jobs as well are our answer to unemployment.
After all said and done, changing the public perception that white-collar jobs are the only dignified form of labor may just be a start in the eradication of the stigma of unemployment. More people are building businesses from their talents, passions, and hobbies.
Lagos is ready for bigger business for the states to take over the world in the financial and economic space. This is according to Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Governor Sanwo-Olu spoke during an interview with journalists in London on Lagos' participation at the Lord Mayor's Show, LMS. The LMS, as it is known, has run for over 800 years, and Lagos is the first city in Africa to have been invited by London for participation. The governor said it was a testament to the upward economic trajectory of Lagos State. Governor Sanwo-Olu used the opportunity provided by the Lord Mayor's Show to drive investment to Lagos State. Greater Lagos is indeed rising. And this is the Greater Lagos Vision. And I'm your host, Lovikuku Oyedokun. Welcome.
This is Lagos, the heartbeat of Nigeria, a city steeped in rich cultural heritage and now poised to become a global financial center.
We're at the Lord Mayor's Show, and it's an opportunity for us to just depict what Lagos is all about. And it's only at an event like this, competing with other bigger cities and other nations, that you can get to tell your story. So it's storytelling time for us.
In a historic moment, Lagos made its inaugural appearance at the renowned Lord Mayor's Show in London, a testament to its growing economic prominence.
Lagos is a big mega city on its own right now. It's the largest city in Africa. It's the biggest economy that is a sub-national in Africa. But we want to make it one of the international financial centers in the world. All we're trying to do is to be able to let the world know that Lagos is indeed ready for bigger business.
Lagos isn't just open for business. It's a gateway to the future, embracing innovation and welcoming investors from around the globe. We invite the world to witness Lagos's dynamism, progress, and the myriad of opportunities available for transformative, groundbreaking projects.
Lagos is indeed ready to take over the world in the financial space, in the economic space, and to truly really be able to tell both the Lagos, the Nigerian, and the African story, and be able to let other parts of the world know who we are, understand our culture, understand that we're the center of culture, entertainment, music in the whole of Africa, and to also be able for people to know what we have to give to the world.
So the whole idea, right, is for us to be able to let the world, get them to know what is happening in Lagos. But GDP of Lagos is actually bigger than GDP of Kenya, it's bigger than Ghana, it's bigger than Rwanda, and it's bigger than Senegal. As a little sub-national, it's very big in how it stands, in how it sits, and it's all of that conversation that we think a lot of people need to know what is happening in Lagos, and how we can use the Lagos story, to sort of like tell the African story.
This episode features scale acquisition. Sanwo-Olu reiterates commitment to youth women empowerment as Lagos trains 4,592 in vocational skills. Red Line, Sanwo-Olu commissions Oyingbo Bridge, promises more projects. Tackling building collapse, Sanwo-Olu unveils LASBCA's new office, calls for professionalism. Details of this and many more when we return. Please don't touch the dial. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has said that his administration will continue in its efforts to provide skills acquisition programs across the 3 senatorial districts of the state to create more job opportunities for women and young people. Governor Sanwo-Olu made this pledge while speaking at the graduation and presentation of certificate ceremony for the 2022 graduates of the program held at the LTVA Blue Roof in Ikeja, Lagos. A total of 4,592 students completed the training. They were taken through various skills at 19 centers for the 2022 training session. Breakdown shows 1,329 to be males and 3,263 to be females, with the best 19 graduates, one each across the centers, awarded working tools in their chosen vocations. Aggregately, over 18,000 candidates have been trained through the Lagos State-sponsored training programs free of charge since the establishment of the scheme in 2019. In his keynote address, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu assured them that the state would continue to allow youths and women to contribute their quota to national development.
The average age of all the graduates here today is about 24 or 25 years. Give yourself a round of applause. This is what we want it to be. We want it at your young age for government to be able to support you. It doesn't matter if you have gone to university. It doesn't matter if you have gone to an higher institution. But you might lack the skill that is needed for you to be entrepreneurial, for you to have the skill to be able to do things for yourself and by yourself. That's the difference of skill acquisition. It's not the number of graduates or university degrees that you've earned, because the white-collar jobs are not there every day. So we need to think out of the box. We need to be able to create those centers and ask you, what skill, what can you do with your hand? What can you innovate? What can you do with your thinking? What can you do with your sense that is business driven? It's not just textbook, that is practical, that you can feel, that you can touch, and it can bring life and revenue and upliftment and sustainability to you, to your family, and to your loved ones.
Governor Sanwo-Olu enjoined the graduates to be good ambassadors of the state and remain steadfast as they start another phase in the journey of life.
That opportunity that was given to you, use it well. Use it correctly. Use it to empower yourself. Social media is good, it's empowerment, and we're training and teaching people even on how to upscale opportunities on social media. But it's not only social media. There are other skills that we've given to you. There are other training that we've given to you. And so, let it count. What do I say? Let it count.
Earlier in her welcome address, the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Cecilia Bolaji Dada, said the state was showcasing a laudable strategy in the development of training as a potential tool for social and community upliftment.
The Micro Enterprise Support Initiative is a mega empowerment strategy to deliberately support the vulnerable citizenry with professional tools as milling machines, professional air dryers, snail pens, industrial cookers, industrial pressers, and fryers for the students that were trained on our Avia form. We have trained women on gari processing, and we have given them industrial pressers and fryers to be able to make their own gari from the cassava that they were taught to plant.
And for the graduates, a new chapter has indeed been opened.
Being a graduate is not easy, quite all right, but I would like to soar higher. I want to go higher than higher ground. I want to do better. I want to give back to society what the Lagos State has given unto me.
A skill is something that lasts forever. A skill is something that lasts forever, and no matter what, knowledge cannot be taken away from you. So it's a great privilege for me, and I'm so happy I choose this skill.
Some of the vocational courses taken by the graduates include photography, textile making, catering and hotel management, hairdressing, fashion designing, welding, aluminium fabrication, leatherwork, furniture and woodwork, among others.
This is Lagos, the heartbeat of Nigeria, a city steeped in rich cultural heritage and now poised to become a global financial center.
We're at a Lot Mayor's show, and it's an opportunity for us to just depict what Lagos is all about. And it's only at an event like this, competing with other bigger cities and other nations, that you can get to tell your story. So it's storytelling time for us.
In a historic moment, Lagos made its inaugural appearance at the renowned Lord Mayor's show in London, a testament to its growing economic prominence.
Lagos is a big mega city on its own right now. It's the largest city in Africa. It's the biggest economy that is a sub-national in Africa. But we want to make it one of the international financial centers in the world. All we're trying to do is to be able to let the world know that Lagos is indeed ready for bigger business.
Lagos isn't just open for business. It's a gateway to the future, embracing innovation and welcoming investors from around the globe. We invite the world to witness Lagos's dynamism, progress, and the myriad of opportunities available for transformative, groundbreaking projects.
Lagos is indeed ready to take over the world in the financial space, in the economic space, and to truly really be able to tell both the Lagos, the Nigerian, and the African story, and be able to let other parts of the world know who we are, understand our culture, understand that we're the center of culture, entertainment, music in the whole of Africa, and to also be able to, for people to know what we have to give to the world.
So the whole idea, right, is for us to be able to let the world, get them to know what is happening in Lagos. But GDP of Lagos is actually bigger than GDP of Kenya, it's bigger than Ghana, it's bigger than Rwanda, it's bigger than Senegal. As a little sub-national, it's very big in how it stands, in how it sits, and it's all of that conversation that we think a lot of people need to know what is happening in Lagos, you know, and how we can use the Lagos story, you know, to sort of like tell the African story.
One of the 4 bridges being concurrently constructed by the Lagos State government along the Red Line Rail Corridor is now open to traffic, creating a new commuting and connectivity experience in Lagos mainland. Governor Sanwo-Olu, while speaking at the unveiling of the Oyingbo overpass, noted that the inauguration of the bridge was timely. The construction of the T-shaped overpass is expected to serve as an alternative route to access Ebute Metta, Oyingbo, Yaba, and Surulere. The project is undertaken by Lagos State Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, LAMATA. It is strongly believed it will bring relief to motorists and commuters plying Yaba axis of the state by reducing congestion and delays associated with railway-level movement in the vicinity. The overpass bridge also eliminates pedestrian and vehicular interference on the rail tracks, significantly reducing the risk of accidents and collisions between trains and vehicles. Ecstatic crowd of residents thronged the ceremony where the governor and members of the state's cabinet gathered to formally inaugurate the project.
Thank you very much. So media reach.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu described the inauguration as timely.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions when the train starts, because you need to build the infrastructure before the rail continues. And so we're putting the round holes in round peg, and we're ensuring that the Lagos State Transport Master Plan, as we have done, we're on track and we're within time to ensure that everything is done.
Sanwo-Olu said the Oyingbo overpass would serve as an alternative route for commuters traveling between the island and the mainland during the period of the rehabilitation, hence providing succor for commuters. The governor declared that the remaining overpasses at Ikeja, Mushin, and Oyingbo were at their completion stages and would be open to traffic before the end of December 2023.
Where we are here is the Oyingbo bus station. You know too well what happened a couple of years ago. Very unfortunate incident during the EndSARS where this facility was raised up. But we're happy that, like the Yoruba saying, Iliobato Jo Ewa Loma Busi. Now, Oyingbo has its bus station, but Oyingbo also has a bridge overpass, and Oyingbo also has a rail station, all within the same walking distance here in Oyingbo.
Sanwo-Olu said the delivery of the Yaba flyover reflected his government's plan for an integrated transportation system. He disclosed that the Red Line trains will soon begin pre-inauguration test run to be followed by commissioning and formal operations of the Metro Line in 2024. The governor, while warning against turning the bridge to a trading platform, served last notice to all those engaging in illegal trading on the railway tracks, instructing law enforcement agencies to ensure compliance. LAMATA Managing Director Abimbola Akinajo said 3 of the 4 remaining bridges had been completed and awaiting commissioning.
There were 10 level crossings identified along the LRMT Red Line corridor, which was seen as having heavy traffic. And so therefore, over which we have now built overpass bridges. 5 of them, or at least they have been identified as requiring overpass bridges. 5 of them were allocated to Lagos State government, and the 5 others to the Federal Ministry of Transport.
Governor Sanwo-Olu strongly holds that the delivery of the infrastructure bore testament to his administration's determination to develop, provide sustainable solutions to transportation challenges facing the state. Lack of professionalism has been identified as the major causes of bidding collapse. To this end, the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has called on all Lagosians, especially professionals that are engaged in the construction industry, not to cut corners in the discharge of their duties. Governor Sanwo-Olu stated this during the unveiling of the Lagos State Building Control Agency's building in Ikeja. It is the official commissioning of the newly built Lagos State Building Control Agency's office in Ikeja. The new office is part of measures to address the recurring issue of building collapses within the state. In his speech at the unveiling, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu asserted that with the inauguration of the agency's building, it is repositioned to effectively discharge its responsibilities in line with the agenda of the government. He said the newly inaugurated office will serve as a nerve center for the vital functions, equipped with modern technology and skilled workforces to enhance efficiency and effectiveness.
You know, when you come for an epoch event like this, there's always joy and happiness around the clock. And why do I start? You've all heard that indeed in government, in 18 months, government can set their mind to do something and they can do it well. Government can set out to achieve an objective within 18 months, under 2 years, and they will achieve it. I want to thank the contractor, I want to thank the management of LAPSA, I want to thank everybody for making this editing a reality. When I saw the picture about 3 weeks ago myself, I was truly impressed, and I was proud with what all of you professionally have been able to do. And so for us in Lagos, we pride ourselves to continue to raise the bar of governance. We pride ourselves to continue to ensure that the greatest good will be for the greatest number, and that at all times, people will come first in everything that we do. People will be the cynosure of all of our commitment and of all of the things that we do. And to make life better for our citizens is why we're here. Is why we do and wake up every day. And that commitment, I want to assure you, you will not find us short on it.
Governor Sanwo-Olu noted that with the right policy and execution in place, menace of building collapses would be reduced to the barest minimum in the state. He also said that government would provide the enabling environment and make policies to promote healthy buildings.
The fear of LAPCA is indeed for us to have in our space an environment that truly represents how people should live and how they should behave. Unfortunately, in the last couple of years, we have seen incidents of building collapse in one form or the other. And we've been called out, we've been challenged, we've been pushed to the wall. And I said that never again would we allow the agency that is responsible to control all of this development, be put in a place where they cannot discharge their responsibility fully.
Sanwo-Olu urged all staff of the agency to rededicate and recommit themselves to achieving the mandates of the agency.
I will be checking out on you. What that means is that I'll be looking out for you in the way in which you conduct yourself, in the way in which you ensure that professionalism, where you need to extend courtesy, you don't fail to extend those courtesies. Where you need to show compassion, you don't fail. But where you need to show firmness and decisiveness, you are also not found wanting in it.
Speaking on the importance of the agency's new building, the Commissioner for Fiscal Planning and Urban Development, Dr. Oluyinka Olumide, said the inauguration of the building would further assist with the commencement of the ongoing certified accreditation program. The Lagos State Building Control Agency, LAPSCA, is the agency saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that basic minimum standards and quality control in building construction are observed to achieve structurally safe, secure, and sustainable buildings in the state. Lack of professionalism has been identified as the major causes of building collapse. To this end, the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has called on all Lagosians, especially professionals that are engaged in the construction industry, not to cut corners in the discharge of their duties. Governor Sanwo-Olu stated this during the unveiling of the Lagos State Building Control Agency's building in Ikeja.
This is Lagos, the heartbeat of Nigeria, a city steeped in rich cultural heritage and now poised to become a global financial center.
We're at a Lot Mayor's show, and it's an opportunity for us to just depict what Lagos is all about. And it's only at an event like this, competing with other bigger cities and other nations, that you can get to tell your story. So it's storytelling time for us.
In a historic moment, Lagos made its inaugural appearance at the renowned Lord Mayor's Show in London, a testament to its growing economic prominence.
Lagos is a big mess. Know that Lagos is indeed ready for bigger business.
Lagos isn't just open for business. It's a gateway to the future, embracing innovation and welcoming investors from around the globe. We invite the world to witness Lagos's dynamism, progress, and the myriad of opportunities available for transformative, groundbreaking projects.
Lagos is indeed ready to take over the world in the financial space, in the economic space, and to truly really be able to tell both the Lagos, the Nigerian, and the African story, and be able to let other parts of the world know who we are, understand our culture, understand that we're the center of culture, entertainment, music in the whole of Africa, and to also be able to, for people to know what we have to give to the world.
So the whole idea, right, is for us to be able to let the world, get them to know what is happening in Lagos. But GDP of Lagos is actually bigger than GDP of Kenya, it's bigger than Ghana, it's bigger than Rwanda, and it's bigger than Senegal. As a little sub-national, it's very big in how it stands, in how it sits, and it's all of that conversation that we think a lot of people need to know what is happening in Lagos, and how we can use the Lagos story, to sort of like tell the African story.
That's all we have for you on this episode of the Greater Lagos Vision on Plus TV Africa. Our Greater Lagos is indeed rising. I'm Lovikuku Oyedokun. Bye for now.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect am. If you no talk, dem go beat you. Na 2,500 they pay.
Increase the reach of your events or business services. To advertise on Plus TV Africa, please call 0906 000 5719 or 0909 040 8408, or send an email to marketing@plustvafrica.com. Plus TV Africa. Big stories live here.
Ahead of Edo 2024 governorship election, a member representing Esako Federal Constituency at the House of Representatives, Honorable Dekeri Anamero, has cautioned against politics of turn by turn, and Nigerian Army claims responsibility for airstrike which killed over 30 Kaduna villagers. I am Bola Oba, and this is Plus Politics. Member representing Esako Federal Constituency at the House of Representatives, Honorable Dekeri Sunday Anamero, has cautioned against turn-by-turn politics. He said reducing Edo State to, quote, just mere turn-by-turn politics would be dangerous for our collective polity, economy, as well as the survival of the state, unquote. Anamero, who is seeking the All Progressive Congress's APC's nomination in the gubernatorial poll, stated over the weekend when he flagged off his campaign as he charged the people to beware of ill-prepared aspirants. Joining us live is Oseni Momodu, Senior Special Assistant Media and Publicity to Honorable Anamero Dekeri, Member House of Representatives and frontline governorship aspirant in Edo State. Good to have you.
Thank you so much, Plus TV. Good evening to you.
Thank you. Good evening. What is your principal bringing to this game? We now have had a number of the big and the glorious haven't declared. So what is he bringing to the game?
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your invitation to Plus TV Africa. Very quickly, you have said it all. The Edo 2024 governorship election is just around the corner. And by the special grace of God, my principal, Honorable Anamero Dekeri, member representing Esako Federal Constituency and frontline APC aspirant in the next gubernatorial election in our dear state, by the special grace of God, will be bringing a lot of goodies to the people of Edo State. Of course, Anamero has been a man who stands for peace, who stands for progress, who stands for employment, who stands for development, who stands for project, among others. Today, Honorable Anamero, by the special grace of God, has been a philanthropist. His philanthropic gesture over the last 12 years has brought a lot of goodies to the people of Edo State and beyond. As a gubernatorial aspirant contesting for the next election in Edo State, just on Saturday, when he officially declared interest to run for the governorship election, he reeled out a campaign program which he coined or christened as Virtue of Hope. He christened that Virtue of Hope mainly because today in our state, Edo State, many people have lost focus, many people have lost hope. And the only hope that we are aspiring, that we are craving for today in Edo State is Honorable Anamero Dekeri. The successive administration that we have had in our dear state have really done well, but we believe very well that by the special grace of God, ours, if given the opportunity, nominated and elected as governor, he will do better. If you look at the manifesto very clearly, Anamero promised to give free education to the people of Edo State if nominated and elected under the Unprogressive Congress. He also promised on health that by the special grace of God, if nominated and elected, he will try as much as possible by way of policy to ensure that the people across different senatorial zones of Edo North, Edo Central, and in Edo South will be given fair treatment in terms of provision of facility in medicines. For example, if you listen to that program, that was on Saturday, he narrated a story where at a particular instance, while he was traveling within the state, there was an accident which he had to stop by to assist the victims. So they had to travel for distance before they could get, health facility. And by the grace of God, even though as a philanthropist, he has been doing well for the people of Edo State, he has promised, and I know he will do it, that health facilities across the state will be properly taken care of. The age, especially those who are retirees in the state, will also be properly taken care of. And of course, one is
just wondering all these promises of free health, free education. One is wondering if they've been costed. Talk is cheap. When aspirants, I said talk is cheap. Have all these promises been costed? Because they won't come, they won't come free. Somebody would have to pay. How is he going to generate the money to deliver these promises?
Well, I need to quickly remind you that Anamero Dekeri grew from humble background. He is a businessman. He is an employer of labor. And today, somebody who grew his business from scratch, and today he is an international business empire just everywhere. So if Anamero could grow his business from the scratch as block molding merchant to becoming produce buyer and now an oil merchant in the international business, you can be rest assured that if given the opportunity, nominated and elected as governor of Edo State, he will do everything within his power to generate